The Dallas Cowboys have just set the football world ablaze with a move that's as shocking as it is thrilling. Amari Cooper, the former Pro Bowl wide receiver who was once the centerpiece of their passing attack, is officially returning to Dallas on a staggering 5-year, $120 million deal. This isn't just any reunion, this is a full circle, all-in, headline-dominating moment that could redefine the Cowboys' trajectory for the next half-decade. After a whirlwind journey that took him from Dallas to Cleveland and most recently Buffalo, Cooper is back where many fans believe he always belonged. The gravity of this signing isn't just in the dollar amount, though it's jaw-dropping on its own, but in what it signals about the Cowboys' mindset going into the upcoming season. They're done rebuilding. They're done making excuses. They are, unequivocally, going for it. The deal, which averages $24 million per year and includes $60 million guaranteed, places Cooper firmly among the highest-paid wide receivers in NFL history, and for good reason. At 30 years old, Cooper still boasts elite route-running ability, dependable hands, and a deep familiarity with the Cowboys system, quarterback Dak Prescott, and head coach Mike McCarthy's offense. And if you're thinking this is just a nostalgia grab, think again. Cooper's production, even in what some labeled a down year in Buffalo, was far from pedestrian. He notched over 1,000 receiving yards, pulled down clutch catches in tight coverage, and continued to showcase his knack for reading defenses and creating separation and ability that makes quarterbacks look elite. But why now? Why would the Cowboys, who traded Cooper away just a couple of years ago, decide to reunite with him in such grand fashion? The answer lies in a mix of strategic necessity, fan pressure, and a recognition that their Super Bowl window is closing fast. Despite solid seasons, the Cowboys have struggled to get over the playoff hump, falling short in key postseason moments. Their offense has been effective but lacked the kind of explosiveness and veteran savvy that Cooper brings. CeeDee Lamb has emerged as a star, and Brandon Cooks has contributed, but Dallas has long been missing that third down, must-convert, dependable target, the guy who keeps drives alive and defenses on their heels. Cooper fits that role perfectly. And while it's true that many teams are hesitant to shell out massive deals for players over 30, the Cowboys clearly believe Cooper's skill set and football IQ will age gracefully. After all, some receivers rely purely on speed, which fades quickly. Cooper, on the other hand, relies on precision, timing, and footwork, all qualities that tend to endure. More importantly, this signing gives Dak Prescott something he's desperately needed: stability. Since Cooper's departure, Dak has been working with a rotating cast of weapons. While Lamb has proven himself, the lack of a consistent WR2 or WR3 has often forced Dak into tight throws and high-risk decisions. With Cooper back, the entire offense opens up. Defenses won't be able to double Lamb as easily. Tight ends and running backs will benefit from the spacing Cooper creates. And Dak? He gets back a target he trusts implicitly, someone with whom he's already built years of chemistry. Financially, this deal might raise eyebrows, but there's more nuance beneath the surface. The Cowboys structured the contract in a way that allows flexibility over the long term. With a sizable chunk guaranteed and the ability to spread cap hits over multiple seasons, Dallas can still maneuver in free agency and retain key players. The front office is sending a message loud and clear: they're willing to spend to win. And they're not just spending for the sake of headlines. Cooper isn't a luxury piece, he's a strategic weapon in a division that's become more competitive every year. The NFC East is no longer the laughingstock of the league. The Eagles are perennial contenders with a dynamic offense and ferocious defense. The Giants, under Brian Daboll, are scrappy and improving. Even the Commanders have built a tough defensive identity. Dallas couldn't afford to stand pat. They needed to make a move that would not only energize the fan base but shake the confidence of their rivals. And what better way than to bring back a player who already knows the system, the city, and what it takes to win in Dallas? Fan reaction has been overwhelmingly positive. Cowboys Nation has lit up social media with a level of excitement we haven't seen since the team drafted Micah Parsons. Videos of Cooper's iconic catches in a Cowboys uniform are circulating again, and sports talk shows are devoting entire segments to what his return could mean for Dallas's playoff chances. It's more than just nostalgia, it's hope. Hope that this time, things will be different. That this time, the combination of Prescott, Cooper, Lamb, Pollard, and an elite offensive line will finally push them over the edge. The pressure is definitely on. Jerry Jones knows it. Mike McCarthy knows it. And Dak Prescott knows it. This isn't just a reunion, it's a reckoning. Cooper didn't come back to play second fiddle. He came back to win. And if you know anything about Amari Cooper, it's that he's a quiet assassin. He doesn't make a lot of noise off the field, but once the game starts, he's surgical. His route running is some of the best the league has ever seen, and his presence alone alters how defenses prepare for the Cowboys. That kind of player, in today's NFL, is worth every penny. Training camp will be the first test. Can Cooper quickly reestablish chemistry with Dak? Will the coaching staff know how to effectively balance targets between him, Lamb, and Cooks? Will the offensive line give Dak the time he needs to find these weapons downfield? Those are all important questions, but if past history is any indicator, Cooper will fit right back in like he never left. His professionalism, his understanding of the playbook, and his rapport with Prescott are already established. And with more experience and leadership under his belt, Cooper also brings a veteran presence to a relatively young receiving room. He can mentor up-and-comers, push Lamb to new heights, and provide steady leadership during high-pressure moments. The regular season will reveal whether this gamble pays off, but on paper, the Cowboys just became one of the most dangerous offenses in the NFL. If you're an opposing defensive coordinator, you now have to scheme for two elite receivers, a versatile backfield, and a quarterback who's never lacked arm talent, just consistency and support. There's also a bigger picture story here. This isn't just about a player returning to a former team. It's about redemption. Cooper was traded because the front office believed they could find similar production for cheaper. They were wrong. Cooper's absence was felt not just statistically but in the rhythm of the offense. There were too many stalled drives, too many third and longs, too many games where Dak had no one to go to in crunch time. Bringing him back is the front office's way of admitting that and correcting it in dramatic fashion. It's rare in the NFL for a team to get a do-over. Dallas just got one and they didn't waste it. This move will also likely have ripple effects throughout the league. Other teams will now reevaluate their own rosters. If Dallas can afford to bring back a star like Cooper and still have room to compete financially, why can't others? It also raises the stakes in the NFC. The 49ers, Eagles, Lions, and even the Rams will now look at the Cowboys as a more serious threat. That's exactly what Dallas wants. For too long, they've been labeled as talented but inconsistent. This signing is an attempt to change that narrative once and for all. In the end, it all comes down to execution. Contracts don't win games, players do. But when you combine elite talent, strategic investment, and the hunger of a team that knows it's running out of chances, you get something special. Amari Cooper's return to Dallas isn't just a feel-good story, it's a declaration. The Cowboys are done playing it safe. They want to win, and they want to win now. If Cooper plays the way he has throughout his career, and there's every reason to believe he will, then Dallas may have just pulled off the move that changes everything. Only time will tell if this historic deal lives up to its billing, but one thing is clear, the Cowboys are back in the spotlight, and with Amari Cooper in the fold, they intend to stay there.